Had never done a proper scene before, Margot Robbie said when asked about her experience filming an intimate sequence with Leonardo DiCaprio for the $406 million film. It can be really unsettling to film a sex scene for the first time, especially if you have to strip off entirely for the camera. Recently, Margot Robbie discussed her experience filming moments like this with Leonardo DiCaprio for the film The Wolf of Wall Street. She clarified that it was her first time performing a sex scene from beginning to end. Continue reading. On filming the sex scene in The Wolf, Margot Robbie. Prior to that, Margot Robbie claimed to have acted in sequences that either directly depicted what happened after sex or alluded to it, but nothing nearly as intense as what was involved. She was nearly not in one scene, but it was nothing compared to the degree of nudity needed for this film. I had not done a proper sex scene before, she mentioned to Vanity Fair. I had done scene where it is leading into sex or sex had just finished, but I had not done a start to finish sex scene like I did in Wolf. It was my very first. Margot found it strange that so many people were present when this sequence were being tapped. She called it uncomfortable. She knew she had to get over her nervousness and do it because it was a necessary aspect of the work. Even though it made her uncomfortable, this is what you need to do. Get on with it, she remarked. You may quit doing it sooner the sooner you start. The performance was difficult, but Margot did a fantastic job. Margot Robbie's reflections on her notoriety and next film Hollywood's most sought-after actress. Margot is quickly rising to prominence. Margot has become more adept at handling those who would try to minimize her achievements as her notoriety develops. She told me about an Australian phenomenon known as tail poppy syndrome, which describes how people will encourage you as long as you do not outperform them. Should you become too noticeable, they may attempt to undermine you. In contrast to their past performance as Barbie and Ken, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are collaborating on a fresh crime thriller for their upcoming film. The film, which is being held as a prequel to Ocean's All, is making waves 11, though the release date has not yet been disclosed.